Mongolia.
Hey, hi guys, my name is Tsolmon Erdenebaatar. I'm from Mongolia, and I'm really excited to introduce you my home country. So, Mongolia is, some people love to travel to futuristic countries like high skyscrapers and everything, like technological advanced countries. But some people, like for me myself, I like to travel to European countries which is rich in history and also has a nice architectures and everything. But for Mongolia, it is different from those two kinds of countries. It is like you are having a time machine which travels to the most ancient and natural times. So, as my friend said before in the presentation, Mongolia has nomadic culture and vast untouched landscapes. This is the thing that making Mongolia unique, and also the rich history. But I'm not going to talk about Genghis Khan today. Okay, Mongolia has 1.56 million kilometers, which is 18th largest country in the world, but only having 3.7 million people. So Mongolia has like a lot of space for their citizens. Okay, I'm gonna just have a quick information about our city. It's the coldest capital city. Ulaanbaatar is the coldest capital city in the world, with winter temperatures dropping to minus 40 Celsius. So here I am in Korea. Winter almost feels like a spring, or like, yeah, it's really warm here. Over 1.7 million people live in Ulaanbaatar, which is almost half of Mongolia's population. Okay, elevation, it's like 1,350 meters, one of the highest capitals in the world. So it's really makes sense because my family came here for travel in Korea, and their blood pressure really went down here, and they were like so amazed, like, are we getting like a like no blood pressure, not high blood pressure. And when they came back to the Mongolia, their blood pressure went high back again. So it's our city is surrounded by mountains and everything, and the location is really in a high place. So let's travel to the Gobi Desert, which is the land of extremes, I like to say.
Have you been there?
No. It's the largest desert in Asia, covering 1.3 million kilometers across Mongolia and China. It's not just sand, it's rocky plateaus, grasslands, and unique wildlife. So you guys can do the sandboarding here, which is different from the snowboarding. And my friends are like to do this nowadays, so I would like to try when I come back to Mongolia. And extreme temperatures, like around minus 40 Celsius in winter to plus 40 Celsius in summer. So Hungary is singing sand dunes is a huge dunes that sing when the wind blows. So it is really interesting because when the wind blows, it sounds like a singing someone. So it's like a natural thing, like a unique thing. Yeah. So what you can do here is like ride the camels and look at the stars, or like do some extreme things. There's like many tourist attractions there. So when you have like when you in a tourism company, the company will make you introduce a lot of things and make you do a lot of activities to do there. So next one is, it's right next to Gobi Desert, but the interesting thing is where the ice meets the desert, because it's famous for having ice even in the summer, despite being in the desert. It's formed in a million of years ago by natural erosion, so the shape of this high cliffs is really unique. So you can only get through here with like horses or camels or things like that, not by car. It's really hard to get. But it's really famous around tourists because like tourists came here like there was a show, a Russian show named Orel Ireshka. Do any Russians know that? And the Mongolian, they went to Mongolia and they actually get lost here. So it's kind of dangerous here, but you guys have to be careful. And surrounded by high cliffs and home to diverse life, so you guys can take pictures here and everything. And also it's for the extremes, I like to say. So next is Hupskut Lakes, and it's also known as Mongolia's hidden gem, also known as Blue Pearl of Mongolia. So Mongolia is a landlocked country, but we have this large lake, and the largest freshwater lake in Mongolia, holding 70% of Mongolia's freshwater and also 1% of world's freshwater, and over 2 million years old, formed during the Ice Age. One of the world's clearest lakes with water visibility up to 24 meters deep. So I've been here when I was in 6th grade or something. And when I was in a boat, I tried to look down there, and there was like everything was visible. And when I was in other countries, like in the beaches, near the beaches, I tried to look down, and it was not that visible, like honestly. And here is the waters are very clear. So things to do at Kupskut Lake is like of course, boating and kayaking, hiking, camping, and horseback riding, and also fishing. So next is Mongolia is famous for land of dinosaurs. So the funny thing is this dinosaur is located in the Mongolian shopping mall. So it's next to the airport, and there's like 3 or 4 giant dinosaur skeletons there. So while you guys are shopping, you can just take pictures of those dinosaur skeletons. So Mongolia is one of the richest fossil sites in the world. The flaming place Barinzatot in the Gobi, which I showed you before, is desert where the first dinosaur eggs were discovered in 1923. And it's in the Mongolian National Museum right now. You guys can see. So, where can tourists see dinosaurs? The Flaming Cliff finds that explore the exact place where fossils were found. Imagine you are like stepping to the place where millions of years ago once dinosaurs were there. So it's really interesting. And Central Museum of Mongolian Dinosaur is in the Ulaanbaatar, is our capital city, and see real fossil skeletons, including this Velociraptor. I can't spell it well, but I heard that this one is really famous one, so you guys can see that. As I said before, on the first presentation slide, Mongolia is like having a time machine when you travel back to ancient times, and I am meaning by this exploring Mongolia's mysterious caves. So some caves contain evidence of early human settlements over 40,000 years ago. So it's here. It calls like, I don't know. It's in Hoft. It's also in countryside. So you guys can see this cave paintings here, and archaeologists found human remains, ancient tools, and petroglyph. Contains some of the oldest cave paintings in Central Asia, dating back to 20,000 to 40,000 years. And you guys can also see from the Central Museums that the found human remains and everything is on the Central Museum right now. But if you guys like to more explain extreme things like go into the countryside. You guys can visit here and take pictures and like visit the actual cave and look at around everything. Yeah. So another very interesting natural place is the sacred milk river of Mongolia. The Taganrog, meaning white river in Mongolia, is a milky white glacial river in Alta Taganrog National Park. So the river is basically white. And why is it white? According to the research, they said that river's white color comes from glacial slate, also known as rock flower, which reflects to light and gives the river its unique milky appearance. But I don't really get it. Like why? Like it's like scientifically proven, but I don't know.
Okay. We are running out of time, so please
Sure.
wrap up your presentation.
And it's in the highest mountain range of Mongolia, including Hutan Peak and the highest Mongolian point in Mongolia. It also has snow. The mountain has snow in the summer. Yeah, you guys could also go there. And there's like a lot of pictures about Mongolia, like national form costumes, and this. It's like a White House here. And Mongolia is a Buddhism country, so in the city we have these temples and everything, and in the inside we have this large Buddha, and as I said before, it's surrounded by mountains. So there is a Genghis Khan thing here in our city. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that Mongolia allows you to immerse yourself in ancient nomadic culture, encounter wildlife in its purest form, and witness timeless beauty that connects the past, the present. So yeah, but for Mongolia, it's different. It offers journey through time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Someday, you can you do the guiding for me? Or you have even never been there before? How can you guide the people?
Other like some places here,
Some
but
place.
not Gobi. Yeah, I
Okay.
like to visit the Gobi. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Gobi. Okay. Thank you. Next.